Okay, we've got Joe Dees here from our combatives class. He's just passed his blue belt, and he's he's more than just a combative student. He's practiced and trained at other clubs. He knows a lot of stuff beyond the combatives curriculum. I start in the side mount, bottom of the side mount. He's on top. You see, with his right hand, he's blocking my leg here, so I can't shrimp in. But his pressure on his shoulder is not great on the top part of my body. So in a minute, I can just get up. Yeah, get up to my knees. He's still got my head wrapped though, so there's a risk of a guillotine here. So I use my same side hand to pull his arm off. Open guard, start up now. Both kind of open guard. He just like jumps over top, rolling around a little bit. So just kind of being playful. I like to grab a collar or sleeves. I prefer the collar and I have a good grip of their body, so I can like anchor onto their body with my top part. Again, he just jumps over top and rolling over, just mucking around. Really nice high-low guard. He shows for this roll, where he brings his outer leg over my head. Good flexibility he's got. And now he rolls away from me really nice and quickly, so I can't get on his back. So I'm looking to pass now. I've got one hand under his leg, and the other side, my shin is blocking his leg, so he can't jump for a triangle. So I grab that lapel. I grab his lapel with my right hand, and I feed it to the left hand, the one that's under the arm, under his leg, sorry. And I feed it super deep. And now I take my hand out, and I start to stack him up whilst I use like a paper cut style choke with the hand that's grabbing the lapel. And I use my head to really keep tight on his leg so he can't force the pass, and basically it ends up with a choke. Okay, side mount starts up again. He's pushing, nice high-low guard again there, you see. It's obviously one of his moves he's quite good at. Again, that's BBS 1, I think. So lots of moves and techniques he's using from BBS 1, and you can see he's more than just a combative student. He's got a nice flow, nice movement to his game. Okay, so he's wrapping my leg now, and yeah, I thought he was going for a straight footlock here. I get caught out here with a nice submission from him. I just had it in my head he was going for the straight footlock or heel hook, because that's the chapter we're on at the moment in the class. And that's such a good roll by him. Just appears in the knee bar, rolls round. Did not see that come in. Brilliant. Good job. Interesting when you look back at the watching yourself spar like this and you see something like that happen, you just think, how on earth did you miss it? How on earth did I not see that coming? But that's just what it's all about. There's no faking it in this martial art. When you get on the mat, everything gets shown up. You can't pretend to be a black belt. You are, whatever belt you are, it's going to show on the mat. I grab a heel hook here, but I'm not actually squeezing that heel hook. I know it looks like I'm squeezing the heel hook. I wasn't. He was turning. He wasn't turning against the pressure. I had no pressure. I was only holding, and I think I grab. It's my preferred leg lock out of all the leg locks. I love the heel hook, but I never squeeze it. So here again, I catch it and I just hold it. Yeah, he respects it and taps that time. They're just too dangerous a move to be squeezing on your teammates. So deep hand in the collar. I've got my butterfly hooks in. I prefer a full guard wrap, definitely, but the butterfly is quite often easy to get initially. Okay, so I still got my hand in the collar. He just jumped over the top there. It's not a great idea to do that. And I use the cross collar choke to set up the armbar. I like that submission quite a lot from side mount. It's a nice sneaky one. It works. So now I've got my legs crossed on the far side. You can only cross your legs if they're under the arm on the far side. You don't want to cross them over the arm. And now he tries to jump over the top of my leg, but I shoot my south leg through and I block his shoulder with my foot. And then you can still finish the armbar from there. The step of both feet, in other words, over the head. It also gives you the option of the triangle if they try and sit up. Open guard again, so he's on top, I'm on the bottom. He tries spinning for that knee bar again, but now I've got his number on that one. Not going to get me a second time with it. Nice little mount. Yeah, I get my knee in though and rock him up. He gets the armbar position, and I'm blocking it with my other hand. I'm blocking his leg so he can't finish it, but he's switched to a bicep slicer, so he's triangled his legs over the top of my forearm with his arm still in the mix. And if he applies pressure now, it's going to slice into my bicep and get a tap. The trouble is he can't apply the pressure because my other hand is pushing the leg open. And now I can feel the pressure slowly coming on though. He definitely would have got it if he had carried on. So I quickly rocked him up so I get on top, and that helps me alleviate the pressure so that he can't finish it. Very close, so he's very close to getting me again with that. I did not know he knew that either. This is the first time, I think actually the second time I've rolled with him. The first time was very short and at the end of a private, and I didn't know he knew all this stuff. I don't know if he's learnt it since then or, but yeah, very, very good. It's interesting rolling with people that you've not rolled with before, because you don't know what their game is. You have to be careful what's going to happen to you. So I'm attacking from the turtle now. I've got one hand around the neck, one hand under the armpit. I'm just seeing what grips I can get. His left hand is fighting me for the grips. So I could go for the guillotine here, I'll go for the anaconda, Darce choke, Peruvian necktie, all that kind of stuff. Clock chokes can be attacked from here. So I go for the guillotine, he jumps right over the top and I follow him. I normally try and keep the guillotine and finish it from the mount, but I end up on his back, which for me is actually even better. So now we're going to look for the arm isolation. See how he's pulling my arm off the head? That's an indication I'm going to go for the arm bar for sure. Yeah, if they pull the arm off the head, it's definitely going to be arm bar from the back. And that's probably that, or they swim their hand in under an arm isolation, I'll still go for the arm bar. But most of the time, I'll just look for the arm isolation when I'm on someone's back and the choke sequence. Okay, so he steps over for the mount. Yeah, he abandons that because I got my knee in the mix. Okay, I turn back towards him, safe hands, got my left hand under his armpit to keep it safe. Nice high step mount transition by him. And not any rush to get out now, just calm, see what he can do. This is what Jiu-Jitsu is all about, just watch and learn. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing with that leg. I think he's trying to step over for a triangle. But it allowed me to get out. So now looking to pass. And I didn't realise his foot was stuck in my lapel here. So I couldn't pass, I couldn't close the distance. Interesting little things that happen. Okay, starting again, open guard, so I'm standing, he's on the ground. I'm going to step in between his legs and I'm going to slice my knee through. When my knee gets to the ground, I'm looking to push my knee away from him whilst I hold the lapel. I think my hand slips out of his lapel here as I'm trying to release my foot. And then, of course, once that happens, he can... Yeah, my hand slips out and there's a risk of him getting on my back when that happens, because I have no underhook, you see. So I immediately turn and start trying to recover the guard. He looks very sweepable here. Yeah, there we go, scissor sweep. His hips are way too high. And now I'm looking to attack for the armbar and cross collar choke combo. When they've got a gi on, I think this is probably the best attack to do from the mount. It's simple and you can spend hours and hours practicing it and improving it. Just these two attacks, collar choke and armbar setup. You know, there's so many little details you can do. So I've got one hand in the collar, shoot the neck, and now he goes for the backdoor escape. And when he pushes my body away with his straight arms trying to do the backdoor escape, just do that sneaky little armbar. You don't even need to put the leg over the head. Just shoot around the arm, because their arm's already straight, you see, so immediately they feel the tap, they feel the pain and they tap. Henna taught me that in January. I asked him about the backdoor escape armbar. He's going for my foot again, so I peel the leg off and now I'm just going to jump over and walk around and do a kick, push, pull to release my foot. That's a standard straight ankle lock or foot lock escape. Okay, so he's open guard again, but he's on top this time. Little playful spinny pass there. Kind of let him have that, so you have a go on top. Nice mount, slingshot from BBS 2, I think maybe. Slingshot from BBS 2. High step slingshot where he grabs his own leg and feeds it through. Really nice. I like that mount. Okay, so he's looking to grab my wrist. He's looking at maybe for an arm isolation attack. He's walking, he's going up into high mount. I'm not sure what he wants here. He's trying to step over for something. I think he's probably trying to do a triangle or maybe the spiral armbar, but either way it gives me the escape. I use a modified mount escape to get out. Open guard again. He's on the ground, he's grabbing my ankle, so I just look to roll his hips over to the side so I can pass. And now he rolls back up to his knees. Not good to do this. Not good to have that kind of habit, rolling to your knees. It's a bit sport. I knew he was going to roll away from me, so I kind of dive. I rolled with him and got my knee under his body. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough for me to get my hooks in. So I lift him up. I keep my seatbelt control and I sit him up. And now what I'm going to try and do is shoot my hooks in from here. So ideally I want the hook on the opposite side to the arm underhook. But it's not the end of the world if I get the hook in on the same side as the underhook, as long as I fall to that side. So that worked out alright for me just then. I'm going to isolate his arm now. There we go, there's the arm isolated. And now it's just one arm against his neck, because the arm is isolated by my leg and the other hand is isolated by my arm. So, and I can finish a one arm choke from here. Just squeeze, push my head forward, and there you go, you have the tap. That's probably my number one submission, that one right there. Get on their back, isolate their arm, one arm choke.